Hello there, Tidbits from the Love Notes. How you doing? Well, I wanted to ask you a question and talk a little bit about how we know our loving God knows us, knows us personally, has a connection with us. So 2 Timothy 2:19 shares, the Lord knows those who are his. What does that mean? Psalm 139 clarifies it a little more. It shares that God has um, a loving, deep connection with all of us by our thoughts and our inner selves, like our inner core, what we really are at our core, our spirits. So everyday story for me about um, thoughts. So I caught myself the other day thinking about some negative things. I was thinking in my headspace about people who are doing wrong, and they're good people, but they're doing wrong stuff, I think, and they've been doing wrong stuff, and then they do right, and then they're wrong, and they're not really that welcoming, and they just I feel unhappy about some of their behaviors. So I caught myself thinking these things about them. I'm sitting here like Miss Perfect thinking some of these things about them, and things that I'm not happy about. And I stopped myself and I talked to my inner self, and I said, oh, you Miss Perfect, you think about them. I mean, what about you? You ain't perfect, and I asked myself, what are you thinking and judging their ways for? Who are you to do that? you know what gives you the right to judge them that they're not right? you know and that their ways are not right, and because nobody's perfect but our loving God, and you are sinful just as they are sinful, and but just in a different way. Sin is sin. You just sinful in a different way. They are on their journey, just like you are. They're in their spot, and you're in your spot. And so you just got to make sure you do your best. This is God speaking to my inner self, speaking to me and telling me to make sure that I do my best so that others can see right ways through how I exemplify myself, and pray for the other people that you think are really off course. Just pray for them to, you know, continue on their journey and get close to our loving God. And we all join together in getting close, feel that closeness with them that are on their struggle too. We're all sinners, and we're all trying to get closer and closer to our loving God. We want him to know us by our loving thoughts and our inner self. And so we've got to continue to pray for ourselves and for others to get closer and closer to our loving God, you know? So, tidbit number one is know that we must have Holy Spirit in us. We got to have Holy Spirit in us to live a purposeful Christian life. We got to have it. And so, tidbit number two, we got to know that the Spirit that's in our inner self that guides us to truth and understanding in all things, will help us, to be more meaningful in our prayers and in our ways. So we need that Holy Spirit. We are spiritual people, but we need that holiness added to it through our belief that God is here for all of us, that Jesus died so that we would be better people, and we have that chance to be better. So we got to shine up for it, shine that light that's in us on the darkness. And tidbit number three, know that having the Holy Spirit will bring us to ways that are very loving and very joyful and very peaceful. And that's the tidbits today from the Love Notes. And I hope you got something from that. It's a part of a message that I heard. I mean, because I hear a lot of things people are talking about, but I know it's really important for us not to judge others and to realize that we're all sinful, and to just constantly pray for each other and work really hard at trying to get closer to the love of God that he shows for us, you know, and pray that for all of us. And so I want you to continue to eat healthy, because that's a big part. We are the temple. We are the ones that are here to hold it up for rightness. So we've got to feed that temple whole grains And we got to try to, if we're going to have meat, we got to have lean meat, and we have to have healthy fruits and vegetables, and nuts and seeds are good, and beans, and low fat dairy products. We need to do that on a regular. If we get off track, we got to try to get back on so that we will not have a lot of issues with high blood pressure, diabetes, and all kinds of diseases and problems that can be corrected. So this is Tidbits from the Love Notes. So glad I got a chance to share with you today. Love you. We love you. Alrighty. Bye bye.